Good morning, Barb from Frugal Local Kitchen. We're talking about making crockpot yogurt today. I have my crockpot set up on the counter. It's a $20 medium-sized crockpot from Walmart. I'm using a 4-cup Pyrex measuring cup. I fill this twice for a total of 8 cups of milk. I use whole milk. And then I use 1 tablespoon of unflavored gelatin. You can get the packets from the store, or I found mine at a local store called The Head Nut. Everything goes into the crock pot and warms at the low temperature for 2.5 hours. After heating the milk for 2.5 hours in the crock pot on low, I then unplugged the crock pot and turned it off. I turned it off first and let the milk cool down for 3 hours. Now I'm getting ready to put the milk with the gelatin and the yogurt starter into my Yogourmet. This is how I make a whole bunch of yogurt when I'm making it. So I have here 1.5 cups of water, which I'm going to heat up in the microwave. While I have the water heating in the microwave, I take my 2 scoops of yogurt. This is my starter, which I left out at room temperature, and I'm going to put it into the yogurt container along with a couple scoops of the milk, and I'm going to whisk them together in this container to get the yogurt incorporated into the milk. So I have the milk in with the yogurt starter, and I'm going to whisk them together. I put in about a 1/2 cup of milk to make it whisk more smoothly. Now, the next step is for me to pour the rest of this milk that I have heated up and cooled down to the right temperature into this container, and we're going to take the whisk again and whisk it thoroughly to make sure everything's thoroughly incorporated. And yes, I did just emphasize thoroughly incorporating twice, and I'm going to say it again because when you thoroughly incorporate things, they work much better. And the yogurt, if I don't thoroughly incorporate it, it gets kind of thick on the bottom and very runny on the top, so I like to make sure that it's completely mixed together. So I do it for probably until the count of 30. Now we're going to take this plastic lid, flip it over, make sure it goes all the way on top, and when you hear it snap, I may have to stop and snap it. If you don't make sure that it snaps, there we go. If you don't make sure it snaps, then when you lift this container out of the yogurt maker, the top has a tendency to fall off. The water is ready to go, so we're going to take the water out. And I'm going to pour it into this container. Now you can heat this water up on the stove if you're not comfortable with the microwave. I get that. It's just easier for me, and I don't have a problem with it. I try not to use the microwave that much, but it is a convenience. So now we're going to take our yogurt container and put it right in here. The water, if you can see it, comes right up along the edge so that everything's covered. And now put the top on. Now the light is not on because I have not plugged in the yogurt container, which is what I'll do next. There we go. And the light's on, and we are set. We're going to gently move this back just to make sure that we have room for it on the counter. And once the yogurt is incubating, you don't move it around. And I like to let mine sit for about 5 hours, 5 to 6 hours. I usually start the process when I get up in the morning around like 5 o'clock, and it's ready by 3 o'clock. This time it's 10 of 2, so I'll get the yogurt out of here after dinner, probably around like 7 o'clock or so.